Hey, it's Dr. Thornell with New England Family Chiropractic, and I was taking a run this morning, and as I was running, I had this realization, and I brought myself to the office on a Sunday simply to share this with you, and that realization is that I may have failed you. If you are a patient in our office, if you are somebody who spent any time watching our videos on Facebook and you don't already get what I'm about to tell you, then I have failed as your doctor, and I apologize for that. So I'm going to make sure that that failing stops right now. I want to make sure that in very simple terms you understand a fact that is not only important right now, but it's important always. It's important for your health, for your children's health, for your parents' health. This is something that you simply need to devote the next 5 minutes to and absolutely understand if you want to be a healthy human being. First of all, I'm going to go to some of the statistics that have come out of Italy with this coronavirus situation. In Italy, they say that 99% of the people who have suffered severe effects or have died from the coronavirus, 99% of them have had what are called comorbidities, which means they're already sick from something else. Most of it is lung-related stuff, but there are other things that have made these people weak. And they say that 48% of them have 3 or more comorbidities. So what it's telling us is if you want to avoid being seriously impacted by this coronavirus or killed by it, don't be a sick person. Don't have 3 or more other health issues going on, because health, a truly healthy body, what health is, the very definition, is a body that functions at 100%. And if your body is functioning at 100%, you don't have 3 other things going wrong with it. You don't have other diseases. In fact, health is by definition, you can't have disease and health at the same time. If you're truly healthy, you don't have disease. It doesn't work that way. You have to lose your health to then develop disease. So health is and always has been the best defense against every disease known to man, from cancer to coronavirus to the seasonal flu or anything else. Your health, your body working right, is your defense. And that's not just true for you, that's true for all mankind. And some people will say, well, these people didn't all, they didn't cause their disease and their comorbidities. It seems like you're being kind of cold to them. Well, it's true that not everybody causes themselves to be sick, but the vast majority of chronic disease that we deal with today are things that people have caused to themselves. They say, well, it might be genetic. Let me give you a quick little lesson on genetics. Your genes are responsible for certain things, your height, your eye color, whether you go bald or not. And actually, the more we find out about all of those things, even those can be modified depending on what your mom did during pregnancy and that sort of thing. Nutrition can alter genetic function, lots of things. So we're learning more about that all the time, but we'll give you that some things are set in stone genetically. Most of the things that we deal with in health as far as genes are not set in stone by any means. So here's my analogy. You have, for those people who remember the car from the company Yugo, it was a cheap, inexpensive little car that was maybe meant to be somebody's first car, or somebody just didn't have a lot of money but they needed a ride. They'd go out and they'd spend $2,000. They could buy a brand new Yugo. So we have this Yugo and we have a $100,000 Mercedes-Benz. Well, when those cars are developed, obviously the Mercedes-Benz has the better genes. It has the German engineering, and it has the computer system, and it has all these wonderful things with it. The Yugo has none of that. So its genes they pale in comparison to the Mercedes. Now we drive both those cars out of the parking lot, and the Mercedes, we never change the oil. We take it 4-wheeling all the time. We just beat the heck out of it, give it no care. And the Yugo, we take wonderful care of it. Always gets its oil changed, its tires rotated. We wash it every weekend. We take great care of that Yugo. Well, 10 years down the road, which one of those cars is the healthier car? Didn't matter where their genes began, the Yugo is the healthier car. The Mercedes is probably in a scrap heap somewhere. So your genes, they account for some things, but they certainly don't account for most of what goes on as far as health, the diseases that develop chronically. there certainly are predispositions for things, but just like the Mercedes, if we took good care of the Mercedes, we're going to have a great car 10 years down the road. If we don't take care of the Mercedes, we're going to have a terrible car 10 years down the road. So where I may have failed you as a chiropractor is that people don't seem to understand that the entire process, all of the genetic decisions, the health, the immune system, all of that stuff is governed by the nervous system, the brain and nervous system. Every system of your body could actually be termed the neuromuscular system, the neuroimmune system, the neuroendocrine system, because your brain, the neurology, the nervous system part of it, it governs all of that. It controls and coordinates every single one of your 70 trillion cells that make up your body. So from a chiropractic standpoint, it's not just about getting your spine adjusted and having clear communication between your brain and your body, which includes the immune system, although that's a huge portion of what we do. The chiropractic lifestyle also incorporates the learning and the philosophy and the understanding that we have to eat right to not be in this category. We have to exercise properly to not be in this category. We have to learn about stress relief. We have to learn about how to avoid medications whose side effects can put us into this category. We have to do a lot of things, and the chiropractic lifestyle encompasses all of that. So if you're somebody who's in our office and you haven't tapped into all of that yet, then you're missing out on a lot, and you need to talk with me more about that and see how we can incorporate these things. If you're somebody who's not a part of our office, now is a great time to understand that if I don't want to be in this category because of coronavirus or anything else down the road, these people are going to deal worse with everything that comes along versus the person who has done everything right. We want to be that the Yugo down the road that's been taken great care of. Maybe we didn't start out with great genetics, but we're going to be better able to handle a long drive or a steep hill or whatever it is that we come across in the Yugo example. It's things like the coronavirus or the flu or anything else that comes along from a human standpoint. We're going to be better able to handle those things when we do the rest of this right. So your best defense against not being one of these people is to be one of these people. Your best defense against not having disease is to have health. And again, if I haven't already explained that to you in terms that you understand and how chiropractic and the chiropractic lifestyle delivers this, then I have failed you, and I apologize for that. And I promise you from this point on, we're going to spend more time talking about and dealing with and educating about this, because this is what will keep you from being that.